just quite, it's quite disrespectful to do. It's just a disrespectful thing to do, It's like, it's like the BTC halving's happening, and he's like talking about Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. It's like, it's just very disrespectful, to say the least. Just to say the least here. It's just very disrespectful that somebody named Cryptocurrency Theory, aka Chadwick, or whatever the hell his name is, would come on here and talk about Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV given the circumstance. But this is the same guy that was telling you when the prices were at $100, Not sure how to tell you what's going on, but we're live on the channel, and we're live on the chat, and we're looking at crypto prices today, guys. BTC halving countdown, boy! Booyaka! Booyaka, as I once said in a video, booyaka. And it's less than 6 hours away. And what do? I shill Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV on the most glorious day for Bitcoin. It is a glorious day for Bitcoin, guys. And if you're not live to the channel, if you haven't checked us out here on Cryptocurrency Theory, we'd love to shill. We love to pump coins. And it's really just a pump channel. We just pump coins and, try to hype the coins out and sell them to overpriced people that are willing to pay. That's kind of the motto. That's kind of the motto of what we do here on the channel. So go ahead and make sure you're subscribed. We'd love to have you here on the channel. We got a lot of things happening in crypto world this week, guys, obviously. We got the Bitcoin halving here in about 6 hours. We got a lot of stuff happening in terms of like the news and stuff around here. We had CZ come and repost a, CZ was talking about how the Bitcoin halving is not going to directly impact the price initially, but he did reference that within a year from now, Bitcoin's going to hit multiple highs. And I would beg the question whether or not we're going to see Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Gold and potentially Bitcoin Diamond, if it still has a community out there, pump. Let me tell you why I think this, guys. Let me tell you why I think this. Every massive news article we've had towards BTC in the last 6 months has affected Bitcoin Cash price and has affected Bitcoin SV price. And I want to reference another thing CZ said in one of his Twitter statements. People have a short memory, okay? And if you guys don't remember, at the beginning of the year, it was around December into January, we were getting ETF FUD on Bitcoin. That was like the biggest narrative push, was the ETF FUD around BTC Bitcoin. And what did that do? That sent Bitcoin SV to the moon, but it fell back down. That's what happened. It sent Bitcoin SV to the moon and it fell back down. And what have we seen, guys? What have we seen out of Bitcoin Cash? Are you guys aware that Bitcoin Cash is actually performing better than BTC? I mean, it's not like a, I don't want to start, saying that kind of stuff, but it's kind of true, because we're up 283% on Bitcoin Cash. You might say, well, we dropped. Well, yeah, Bitcoin dropped too. So that's kind of a dumb argument. We're up double from BTC just in the last year alone. And I would actually say that the crypto community, we need this type of degenerate behavior. And also what we need price manipulation in favor of our coins that we're holding. And that's exactly what we're going to see, guys, is I think that over the next into the summer, we're going to see Bitcoin Cash keep accelerating, actually. And I thought about this last night after I did the video last night. So if you guys were with us last night, I was talking about this price doubling thing about pretty much all the coins. But I do think out of this price doubling, we're going to see a more or less a more exciting price pump out of certain coins. And I think coins like Bitcoin Cash, I can't say it for Bitcoin SV right this second, guys, because after the Craig Wright thing, it kind of, trimmed down some of the gains that we incurred over the last few months. So unless Bitcoin has, I'm not saying, guys, I don't want it to happen. Obviously, I want Bitcoin SV to go up. I want Bitcoin SV to go up, as much as Bitcoin Cash is up right this second. In terms of the last year being up 200%. We're actually underperforming on Bitcoin SV in terms of Bitcoin SV. But, Bitcoin SV is one of these coins that I think is going to just happen overnight. So I'm not taking it out of the equation. If we look at the timeline backing up just a few months ago, We saw Binance list futures tradings on Bitcoin SV, as well as a price pump of over 100%. That led us to the Bitcoin ETF FUD. So my point is Bitcoin ETF FUD caused Bitcoin SV to pump. Okay, now we could go into $100,000 Bitcoin BTC in the end of the summer. I'm not saying that's not a possibility. Let's make that argument, guys. 0.2 BCH, if we went back up to the all-time high, would be 20,000 right there. Okay, so we keep talking about 20,000 on Bitcoin Cash. But, you know, that might not be the top. That might not be the top. So let's drop into the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. See if anybody's even here. See if I'm talking to myself again. See what we're talking about with these coins. God damn it. That's the goal here. We're talking about coins we care about. God damn it. Why the world watches. Okay, nobody talking about anything. No worries. But we appreciate you guys looking at the chat and hitting the like button and spreading the chat here. Because we're opening up dialogue, guys. This is kind of, we have to speculate on speculative assets. And that's exactly what these things are, okay? You know, if you guys have been watching Grayscale, let's look at Grayscale for a second. Let's look at BCHG. Because it looks like it might be going up again. So there's just a quick overview of the price. Obviously, this isn't like a detailed, you know, TA or anything. But look at that, guys. Like, I think what is happening, guys, is the people that are savvy investors are not just piling into Bitcoin ETFs. They're actually taking a step back and going back and trying to learn about this stuff as quick as possible. Litecoin Trust up a bit as well. So yeah, I mean, this could be the kind of the turning point for these Grayscale stocks, guys. I think because we're going to see a massive price pump in the native cryptocurrencies here soon, into the summer. I mean, CZ said it. He said it without saying it. He said that BTC price is going to hit all-time highs within the next year, that people have a short memory. And I agree with CZ that people do have a short memory about Bitcoin SV and about Bitcoin Cash, guys. We don't have to feel bad anymore, guys. We don't have to feel bad anymore for talking about these coins, okay? You know, and not that we ever did. I'm just saying there was a point in time where when I would come on here and talk about Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash, it got a lot of people upset. It got a lot of people in these chats saying, dude, it's a scam. Dude, what are you talking about? Dude, what are you talking about? But my question is, guys, is who are these people? Like, if these people are coming into the chat, they're obviously not picking up the search on YouTube based on Bitcoin, guys. It's not just falling in their lap, and they're spending adequate amount of time coming in here trying to tell everybody in the chat that what I'm talking to them about is a scam. So my question is to you people that don't like these two coins, why in the fuck are you landing on this channel constantly? Why are you so obsessed with cryptocurrency theory? And why are you trying to ignore the fact that Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV are going to go up anywhere from 200 to 500% by summer? By summer, guys. These aren't astronomical gains. These are just the gains that crypto does in the cycle of a bull market, right? These are just the gains that we do in the cycle of the bull market. So my point is, guys, is if you're sitting on the fence, if you're wondering why I'm burping up on my shirt, it's because I can't get enough Bitcoin Cash. I can't get enough Bitcoin SV. And right when I'm done with this video, I'm going to go find a way to make money today to buy more Bitcoin Cash and to buy more Bitcoin SV. Because I'm tired of sitting around watching cryptocurrency theory. I'm tired of looking at my own channel and hoping that Bitcoin Cash presents a better price. The days of Bitcoin Cash being down, the days of us hitting a Friday live stream and hitting under $500, those days are over, guys. Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash are going to melt fucking faces. And people that are waiting on these two coins are going to see that these could have been the two most coins that they could have got into very easily from easy access points that could actually present them the best opportunity. Let's talk about what Alan's saying, because he's all the way from Decentraland. I think it'll do well too, guys. And here's the thing. We look at coins that have a good price point, that people actually start learning about what these are, and they're going, fuck, dude, this is actually Bitcoin. This actually makes sense. I can still hold my BTC. I have 3 or 4 Bitcoins. Now it's time to get 3 or 4 Bitcoin Cash, guys. Now it's time to get 3 or 4 Bitcoin SV. If you guys don't know where to get Bitcoin SV, guys, you can head over to the Exodus wallet and swap your Bitcoin Cash for Bitcoin SV there. And I recommend spending a day looking at the looking at the prices that are going on there, because they do change, and for some points in time during the day, you can actually get almost 95 or more percent of your equivalent trades into BSV. Okay, and that's kind of a big thing because we're always talking about fees and unnecessary costs. I cashed out my boy Dr. Tensor's portfolio yesterday because he's buying a van. So Tenser, hope you're watching this. You missed out, and you should be happy that I waited to sell on accident because you're now up 6% on your Litecoin purchase. But we're always talking about fees, guys. We're always talking about, why do I got to pay a fee for this? Why do I got to pay a fee for that? So I recommend, if you're switching into BSV from Bitcoin Cash, watch those prices for a couple hours and see if you can get in at a relatively better rate. But, we repeat the same things, guys, because it's worth mentioning. It's worth repeating, I guess, is, this Bitcoin halving, guys, could actually do something for Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, as crazy as that sounds. Because think of it as a compounding effect on the percentage gains on Bitcoin Cash, especially if we look at the halving that's taking place in Bitcoin Cash as well. It's almost a leveraged gain that we're going to see on Bitcoin Cash relative to BTC. And it's not going to be like all the time, but it'll be most of the time from here on out. And you guys don't believe me? We'll look at the charts. How about that? We'll look at the charts on Bitcoin Cash, and then you can have no choice but to believe me. And I can maybe have a better way to present you an argument other than just fucking drinking coffee and getting a little too excited, if you know what I mean. Let's check it out. Let's look how Bitcoin Cash is doing on dollars over the last year. We're up over 500% just a few weeks ago. Now we're down to about 250%, but it looks like it's actually going up, guys. It looks like we found some resistance here at about 450, 400, somewhere around there. There seems to be a lot of people piling in at that price, or a lot of order books that are going to cause that price to achieve that level. But let's look at BTC, guys, and let's see how we've been performing. That's a lot of volatility, guys, for somebody that's a trader. A lot of people are looking at Bitcoin Cash as a good trade, and that might be very accurate, right? And it might be more apparent here in the short term. Obviously, if we zoom out, whoa, give me a second. I got to figure out an excuse. To explain this to you. But, wow, guys, can you imagine if we went back up there? That's the thing, guys. We're actually going to go back up there. And people are going to be sitting around going, holy fucking horse dung. I should have bought these coins. Guys. And you know why you should buy them? There's this guy, guys, that we always talk about, that you hear the pseudonymous name, or this group of people, or this man or woman or group of people named Satoshi. This group of people, this woman, this man, have a very good concept. They are Bitcoin, essentially. They are holding Bitcoin, right? They're holding the same coins. And we've looked at the rich list on Bitcoin Cash quite a few times, and that paints a pretty good picture. So let's actually look at that today. Guys, if you're not subscribed, check us out here on the channel. We are trying to desperately and artificially pump the markets. It's kind of what we got going on here. We're trying to pump the coins. That's exactly what we're doing. So, Gary Gensler, if you're watching the channel, yeah, we're trying to pump these coins. Yeah, of course. What the hell else would we try to do? I mean, what the fuck do you think people do, guys? Trying to pump these coins, boy. So if you guys are wondering, we hit this list every couple weeks, just as a reminder, if you guys are checking out the channel. Unfortunately, I don't have one of these lists for Bitcoin SV. I'm sure maybe there's a website that shows a distribution list. But it just shows you guys, like, for a while, I was in this category, guys, which was pretty monumental for, a little portfolio, or, a little wallet like mine. But, this just shows what an opportunity this, I mean, even if you guys are here, guys, like, look at this. This is insane. Like, even if you have like 10 or 100 Bitcoin Cash, you could soon have hundreds of thousands of dollars. Relatively easy, right? There could be 100,000 millionaires made in the next few weeks, guys. There could be, or not few months, few months. Let's not over promise and under deliver. But let's just say theoretically, guys, we went up on Bitcoin Cash, or Bitcoin SV relatively to the same numbers. That would be really easy to do, I think. And $10,000 Bitcoin Cash, guys, is going to put these people all in millionaire status. So like, if you guys are wondering where you fall in the terms of like the rich list and how well you're doing, like if you're in this upper bracket, are you going to have $1 million? I don't know. I don't know how much $1 million, maybe $1 million will buy you a fucking, maybe like a Nissan Sentra, a mobile home, and a couple trips to McDonald's. Like that's the kind of life that I think people say, oh, well, I'm just trying, if I got $1 million, everything would be okay. Like $1 million in the future, guys, might get you like nothing, basically. $1 million might be the new middle class for this new world economy that we're moving into. And $1 million might, you go down to Mexico and you see how many pesos it costs. That inflation might come over here to the United States, guys. And you might be saying, well, what is everybody going to do? Not everybody's going to have $1 million. Well, if you don't have $1 million, you're going to be fucking poor. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be a poor fuck. And you're going to be, you're going to be on food stamps and all that crap. And you're basically, you're going to be poor. So my point is it's not going to happen that fast, I don't think, but it could. If we look at other modern, look at Venezuela, guys. It was one of the most, Argentina. Let's look at these countries that were some of the richest countries in the world at one point. And now they're the most inflation-ridden countries in the entire world. And what makes you think that America's any different? You guys think that we're somehow different with this minimal timeline of democracy we've had here, guys? And I'm not putting down America, guys. Don't get all uptight and start cringing. All I'm saying is, guys, is there's no proof test and true that America, with their current monetary policy, isn't headed down the shithole. Everything economically says we're heading down the shithole. And that's not to scare you guys. That's to bring up some type of awareness on YouTube and on cryptocurrency that this is a possible reality that we might face. And Bitcoin could go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the notifications, Mr. Full. Did you go to the channel? Go to my channel and make sure you got the notifications clicked, obviously. I know you probably did that, but I think maybe when I updated my, see, Mr. Full's telling you guys, hyperinflation is already happening in Canada. The housing prices are already plunging in Canada. And a lot of times on the news here in America, guys, what a lot of people like to do is they like to listen to people tell them lies, because the lies paint a very better, more fruitful and more illusion of the future than the reality of the future, right? The reality of our future looks a lot more grim than the pictures that they're painting on CNBC, telling you about how to, why you should fucking, why you should quit your job and open up a fucking an Etsy account and become a millionaire. It's like the dumbest shit. I read the news. I go to CNBC, guys, for a good laugh of the day. I go to Fox News for a good laugh of the day. Obviously Fox News is the Trump crew, and the CNBC is the Biden crew, right? And it's so funny because if you go to each one of these, it's nothing but lies. It's like nothing but lies. They're telling you like what did I read on CNBC recently that was just fucking hilarious? Oh, mortgage rates are set to go down. The real estate market is poised to rise to new highs. And then you got, what her name, Miss Cochran over there talking about how if they drop the interest rates that the housing market's going to explode again. Are you guys fucking believing this shit? You guys really think the housing market is going to explode like we are? We've already had the explosion. The explosion's already happened. This is like us talking about Bitcoin Cash at 20,000 and then it coming back down to 3,500. Okay? It's already happened, guys. A lot of the money's already been printed. Okay? And if anybody on the channel or on the chat is unaware of why inflation is happening, That's because, like CZ said in his tweet regarding the Bitcoin halving, is people have a very short memory. And they forget the $6 trillion that the central bank printed during COVID. And now they forget that the Fed recently already announced, I think it was 2 Fed meetings ago, that they are going to continue in their summary unloading mortgage-backed securities as well as stocks. That's what they said in their summary, guys. They said it. This isn't hypothetical. I'm not making this stuff up. This is what they said. And if you look at the IMF, they issued a warning about 2 days ago that the United States needs to get their spending under control if they want to have a long-term good economic outlook. And again, I'm not saying this, guys. I don't have any aluminum foil in my immediate grab where I can throw on an aluminum foil hat. I'm not saying this. I'm just telling you guys what is going on. And the IMF said this, guys. Go back and look at it. If the United States wants to have a long economic positive outlook, we got to change pretty much everything we're doing. We can't increase the national debt every 100 days $1 trillion, guys. If you guys think the reason we're having this inflation-ridden world, guys, is because the effects from what we've already done are already happening. The same reason crypto will rise based on whoever holds the current positions they do. Whatever positions that people are buying is actually causing a future for cryptocurrency, not necessarily the current moment in time that we're going to exhibit here into the summer. And I'm going to throw this out here, guys. I'm going to throw this out here. I think Bitcoin Cash will be at $1,000 here relatively quick. I'm going to throw another thing out there. I think Bitcoin SV will actually head higher in a quicker amount of time to near $200. And you might be sitting there going, well, why do you think that? Because that's what I fucking think. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I was wrong. But I don't think I will be, because it looks like the prices on Grayscale and a lot of other indicators to me looks like the market is actually going to charge north. Okay? Especially as we've seen, like, what, the 5th or 6th day in a row that stocks have been performing bad. People got nowhere to go. People don't know what they want to invest in. Sure, if you have a ton of money, you could maybe create some type of options plays, or, you know, you could be shorting the market and creating different order books that way. But I think the majority of the people, guys, are just normal people like me and you, maybe retail investors, that kind of thing. And they're just looking to park their money into something that won't get devalued. If every stock you're trading, no matter what you're trading, is going down, and even when you're playing these inverse ETFs, if you're like playing LABU and LABU and then going into LABD and, you know, doing derivatives on those, that might get you to where you are now. But now that stuff's starting to run a bit thin, I think that we can all come to the conclusion that it's only a matter of time before the floodgates open up on cryptocurrency. Why? Because that's exactly what we're seeing, guys. That is exactly what we're seeing. The next stop for Bitcoin Cash might be 0.02 BTC, right? Might be 0.002, because we've gone in between 0.05 and 0.01. It's 100% gain. So what would that put Bitcoin Cash? 0.02 would put it at about $1,300 if Bitcoin rises up to 68K, which I think will be the initial pump that we see that actually redistributes wealth to certain altcoins, especially Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash, the two that we're talking about specifically today. And I think that'll be the price. I think as we see Bitcoin Core go back up to 70K, say 68K, I think we're going to see a price explosion to Bitcoin Cash to 0.02. You know, over $1,000. That'd put us at about $1,350. Because these are kind of numbers that Bitcoin BCHG was throwing back a few weeks ago. You know, I'm trying to collaboratively put all this stuff together and give you some type of insightful knowledge that you can maybe digest over the next week or two as this happens. And then with Bitcoin SV, guys, we saw kind of a retreat in price, right? We saw a retreat in price. And, you know, I think that's going to be like, look at this, guys. Boom. We go back up to 0.002. Let's do that. Let's say we go back up to 68,000. Yeah, 150 bucks. But I think we're gonna surpass the next rally up, guys. What I think we're gonna see on Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV are actually gonna be like 3-year highs on the equivalents of BTC, right? That's what I'm kind of betting on. That's my main thing that I want to kind of display here today, is that I think the next jump we're going to see as Bitcoin Core goes up, we're going to see a breakout on Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash in those two variables that would send Bitcoin SV above 150 and Bitcoin Cash above 1,000. Okay, so Bitcoin SV above 150, Bitcoin Cash above 1,000. Now I do expect Bitcoin SV to accelerate more, in a shorter amount of time. There's going to be, and I think it was Jack Ma, people were telling me to, find this video. I didn't look at it, but people were talking about this hyper Bitcoinization, where it's like every time you look at your phone or every time you look at the chart, there's this coin that is going to be Bitcoin SV where it's just rallying up. And, it's like going to be, you look at it, it's 50% up. People are like, oh, that's cool. And then it goes 150% up. People are like, okay, what the hell is going up? Then it goes up to 200% up. And people are like, holy shit, what is this? And then it just keeps on going. That could actually very much happen, guys, if the miners switch to Bitcoin SV for a temporary amount of time while it becomes more profitable to mine Bitcoin SV. And we keep hearing about this rally out of Asia. The coins that I've been looking at, if you guys watched the live stream yesterday, what were we going to look at? We were going to look at ONG, Ontology, and NEO. Let's take a peek at NEO to see how it's doing. Why? Because these are Chinese coins, guys. These are Asia coins. These are root core Chinese coins, okay? And guys, you can take off your Trump hat or your Biden hat and just bear with me on this for a second. Calm down. You guys don't have to go get in your Ford Mustang and be hating that I drive a Tesla, okay? It's just the wrong way to think here. Let's look at this for a second. Let's just look at this for a second. Let's see how it's doing on dollars. Because it didn't look that great on Bitcoin Core, but let's look at it at dollars. Ever since this tension with this CZ sentencing has been mounting, that's like right there, okay? And this is where we were looking at just at the beginning of the month. We rallied up all the way. Let's go back a little bit. This jump right here was pretty, this was pretty monumental, guys. And we fell down. We went up to 18 bucks. We fell down to 14, and then we charged up over $23. So, I don't think there's a lot of people talking about NEO, guys, because I'm one of the only people online making videos on it, and they don't get a lot of feedback. So it just leads me to believe there's not really a big demand for this coin, like some of the other coins we talk about on the channel. And I still hold it. I still support it. I think it's going to do phenomenal. But I think it tells a telltale sign of maybe where the market's going, guys. I believe the Winklevoss twins when they say the rally is going to come out of Asia, because Asia really hasn't experienced the type of inflation we have yet. Like, wait till China starts experiencing some inflation. Wait till some of the countries like, that are surrounding China, like the Philippines, Indonesia, some of these places that have been like building out on-ramps to crypto over the last 4 years. Indonesia's a really big one, actually. So, Singapore, Thailand, but really Indonesia too has been building out a lot over the last few years. We've been hearing a lot of stuff out of Indonesia, and it's just one country. I'm just saying, if we get a rally out of Asia, guys, we're going to see a lot of people come into cryptocurrency incredibly fast, and they're going to be looking for coins that they can afford to get an entire coin, regardless of that even mattering to how much it's going to gain. They're going to like the idea of holding on to one entire coin. There's something about owning an entire coin, even though if you have 0.001 of a coin and they both go up 100% and you have the same money invested initially, it's going to go up the same amount. There's still something to be said about people wanting people wanting to own an entire coin. Okay, so let's see what you're saying here, guys. We'll it's just speculative stuff. Obviously this stuff might not pan out. None of this is for sure, but we can see what you're saying about it. Yeah, 1 million is definitely the new middle class in Canada. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's already happening. It might be, guys, the middle class in America in my lifetime, towards the second part of my lifetime, hopefully, if I live that long, is going to be $1 million. Like, that very well could be, we might not see home prices come down. We might not see the price of anything come down. We'll just see all the money they print take effect, stay in the system, change hands. People will make more money. People will have to make more money because things are going to cost more. It's not a matter of negotiation. Yes, things are going to cost more. Yes, if you're not making more money than the inflation rate, you're going to go into the negative. So you have to make more than the inflation rate to currently sustain or become, in the green, in the positive, right? High taxes, yeah. It's insane. It's insane. The price of the BSV is going to fucking rally. And we've seen that because we've seen what I just pulled up for you, Alan. Alan number 2. I don't know regular Alan. I don't see him in the chat, but let's look at what I just showed you guys. This is Bitcoin SV at 150 right here. Let's pull it up against dollars. Let's change it against BTC. Let's see what's really going on here. Right when we cruise up above this, guys, which was, if you don't remember, like 2 days, it was like a 3-day jump. There's going to be like a 3 or 4 day jump on Bitcoin SV that's going to send it up to over $200. That's going to be when we pass 0.0025 and Bitcoin Core crawls back up to 68, 70,000. That's where we're going to see a reverse pump in these altcoins that have collapsed at 30% last week when BTC edged down to 61K. That's my personal belief. Like, again, I can't say that for sure, but I would say if Bitcoin Core climbs back up to 70K, we're going to see a significant increase in BSV, Bitcoin Cash, and a handful of other coins. We're going to see 30, 40% gains in a lot of coins, but we're going to see 100% gains in some of the coins we're mentioning on the channel. All right. So, guys, I got to take off here. I wish I could stay longer, but I got to drive out. I got to drive pretty far today. So, we'll be on here maybe later tonight. We'll be on here when we, said in lieu of the videos. I'll probably just have to do some unedited videos till I get my Final Cut Pro running again. But we'll just see how it goes, guys. Like I said, nothing's set in stone, which is a good thing. So let's just follow these prices and see what happens. That way we kind of have an edge on the upcoming market. Take care, guys.